you want to live in a world where the leading cause of death is lung cancer and you can't see the bright blue sky? Well, I don't. So, resolved, renewable energy needs to replace fossil fuels because less groundwater and air pollution is better for the earth. Renewable energy is better for the environment, and it slows down the development of global warming.
Our first main argument as to why we should replace fossil fuels is because less ground, water, and air pollution is vital for the earth. First, pollution could affect animals' health in a negative way because of the way toxins from the pollution could poison animals. To stop this, we need to cause less pollutants to be concentrated in the air and water. The less pollutants, the better the animals will live. Second, carbon dioxide had been concentrated in the air. This is caused by coal plants and other factories, and this has to be replaced by windmills and solar panels. Lastly, global warming will be less likely to happen in our world. In the New Zealand article, it states that less pollution from fossil fuels will help the Earth be healthier and help decrease global warming. This can make the chances of climate change less extreme for the future. Renewable energy needs to replace fossil fuels because renewable energy will cause less pollution in our environment and tackle the crisis with fossil fuels.
Our second reason why renewable energy should replace is better than fossil fuels is because it is better for the environment and the world is starting to realize it. In an article by Chris Moon, he states that countries are investing more than ever in clean energy since it helps the environment, even in a year when fossil fuels are at an all-time record low. An example of this is how in 2015, China and America together invested more than $200 billion in just 1 year. That's only countries. In the private sector, they invested more than $350 billion. That equals over $500 billion combined. And with that information, it's obvious that the world is starting to realize that renewable energy is better.
Fossil fuels increase the development of global warming. Carbon dioxide has been building up and increasing the Earth's temperature and supporting global warming. We need to reduce and end the use of non-renewable energy sources to significantly decrease this problem. Some people are trying to come up with ways to counteract global warming. People are driving solar-powered cars and using energy-efficient homes. According to a Newsella article on the effects of fossil fuels in global warming, it is having an effect on land, air, people, and animals. If we don't fix this problem, we will face major consequences, such as certain animals dying due to extra heat in their climate, foods becoming unproducible or much more expensive to buy, and other big consequences such as Arctic regions beginning to melt.
How would you feel if your family didn't have no hot water, no electricity, not even a car? I mean, how would you feel? People are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for just electricity. Some people don't even have the money to pay for electricity. Did you know that Earth is filled with abundant resources that us humans use to heat our homes, make cars move, produce electricity, and many other activities that we do? Today, my group will talk about how renewable energy sources have a huge impact on our environment and why we should keep fossil fuels. These arguments will prove to you that renewable energy sources should not replace fossil fuels. But the question I'm asking is, will electricity customers bear the cost of transitioning the more renewable energy?
Imagine if your mom or dad lost their job. Imagine if you had to sell or move your house because you couldn't afford it anymore. This would become more of a reality if we got rid of fossil fuels. According to needtoknow.edu, 81%, we rely as much as 81% on fossil fuels as an energy resource. Some jobs completely revolve around fossil fuels, like car companies. and 88% of people around the world have a car or motorcycle that runs off fossil fuels. Everyone wouldn't be able to use cars or buses or any fossil fuel run navigation. Also, businesses would have to file bankruptcy and would lose millions of jobs. Getting rid of fossil fuels would tremendously impact the way we live life.
Renewable energy relies on the weather, but our weather is not reliable. According to solarschools.org, hydro generators need dams to supply flowing water, wind turbines need wind to turn the blades, and solar panels need clear skies and sunshine. But Iowa doesn't always get clear skies and sunshine. So does that mean we won't have electricity in houses for that day? Does that mean on a cloudy day in the winter, pets will freeze, babies will get hypothermia? I understand that renewable energy sources will lower the chances of air pollution, but weather plays a big role in renewable energy sources, and weather isn't always predictable. That's why we need to keep burning fossil fuels.
Currently, the world depends heavily on coal, oil, and natural gases to meet its energy needs. Today, in Argument 3, we will discuss how renewable energy sources have a huge impact on our environment. Renewable energy sources, including air and water pollution, damage to public health, water use, and global warming emissions, have a huge impact on our environment. Say you're driving down the road and you see this gorgeous house, has like 10 to 15 solar panels on it. When you drive, people are like, oh, that would be very nice to put on my house. Bam! No, you don't. According to New Zealand, solar panels cost about $10,000, or even more. That money could go to a new car or a new house. I'm pretty sure some of you will want a big house whenever you grow up. The question I would also like to ask you is, how can we secure energy for the maintenance and improvement of quality of life in the future?
All right, you have 2 minutes for rebuttal.
But he wasn't here. Wasn't he in your group? Yeah, he was in our group. He was your video. But yeah, you guys were all sitting in the back. I was like, where's her negatives? I first thought Emma and so I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a disaster. So there's 30 people. Yeah, she did pretty good. Yeah. So close and you can hear us every so we have to watch this.
opponent says that renewable energy is a more expensive choice. But what's wrong with expensive if no one left to spend it after you pollute the planet with all the fossil fuels that are being burned? They also said that 81% of jobs rely on fossil fuels. That means that once we run out of them, 81% of people will lose their jobs instead of switching to renewable energy, which would decimate how people's lives are. That is why renewable energy is better to switch to renewable energy than to keep burning fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels have a negative impact on our environment. My opponent may say fossil fuels may have a negative impact on our environment, but it costs several thousands of dollars to buy, and if one breaks, it'd cost several thousands of more dollars to replace, and would lead to an economy breakdown, and we would have to waste several $1,000s trying to fix our planet.
Renewable energy needs to replace fossil fuels. Water, ground, and air pollution are all bad for the earth, so therefore we need to replace them. Carbon dioxide hurts the earth's atmosphere. If we use renewable energy, global warming will slow down and take longer to get worse. Do you want a world where you can't even go outside without wearing a gas mask? I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in that world as much as you do.
Today we've provided strong evidence for our argument, and we've gone over how fossil fuels are worth the time and how renewable energy sources have a huge impact on our environment. After this huge argument, I believe, and you should too, that renewable energy sources should not replace fossil fuels. And also, are renewable energy sources worth the time and money anyways?